All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. We'd also like to give double honors to our elders and apostles at Great Millstone that do group well. And we'd like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, to the hopeful elect in the 1/3, and Adawan Ratazah. This lesson, these sit-downs are edifying to the sincere sheep of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. And the Wadiyah Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash for giving us the inspiration. All right, and we are continuing our book of Acts sit down. We are on chapter 24, and there is 28 chapters in its entirety. So we're pretty much in the home stretch, as well as within this walk, this ministry. All the signs are there, okay, to for us to see that Yahweh Shai's return is very near. All right, so we're just gonna jump right into it. If you haven't been following along, you can go to the channel. We will also make a playlist at the end of this. We could even do it, now or whatever, but we'll make a playlist and you can, watch from chapter 1, and be edified, man. So we're just going to continue with it. Karat Dazah, whenever you're ready, brother, you got it. All right. Quick backstory. Apostle Paul is pretty much having his day in court against his accusers. And in particular context, his accusers are Jake, and we'll be dealing with these same persecutions as the days move forward. You'll have Jake's bearing false witness against us, as well as Esau Edom. We've been pushing that heavy, is how Esau Edom has a lot of plans, plots, and ploys to, come against us. All right. So you got it, my brother.
All right. This is the book of Acts, chapter 24. And verse 1.
Yep.
And it reads, and after 5 days, Ananias the high priest descended with the elders.
And let me also add, this is the same Ananias the high priest that I believe in the year 66 AD, he was shanked by a Sakari member. Yep. Okay, let me actually just show you real quick. Okay, and this same wicked high priest, he also had Apostle Paul smote, and Apostle Paul said that the Lord's going to smite you, so right here, okay, a high priest of the Jews, AD 47 to 59, in the years 66, he was slain by the Sakari, okay, this same high priest that was accusing Apostle Paul, years later, he was murdered, he was killed by a fellow Israelite, all right, of the branch of the Zealots, okay, so, all these people that are against the gospel, this truth, well, they're going to ultimately turn into reservoir dogs and they're going to eat each other. All right. And that's why Yahweh Shai said a kingdom can't stand.
That's right.
It's divided,
Right. And it reads, and after 5 days, Ananias the high priest descended with the elders.
Yeah. And he had to descend to, I believe, like it's Caesarea or something like that. But pretty much Paul got wind that they were plotting to murder him. And you had wicked Israelites that actually made a vow not to eat or drink until they did it. And the Lord intervened, just like the Lord's going to intervene with us. And real quick, that let me get Exodus 14. I think it's 14 and 14. But these are very edifying personally for me, because the times that we're living in, we're going to truly need divine intervention when this deal goes down. All right. And I got it, brother. This is Exodus 14 and 14. The Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, shall fight for you, right? Like Yahweh Shai is our lawyer. So when our day in court happens, all right, if that's a part of our lot, when the demonization comes and the bearing of false witness, we don't have to worry about what lawyer are we going to have? What are we going to say? What are they going to do? We know this is the necessary process that we have to go through to get to the kingdom, like Yahweh Shai. That's why he told Pilate, you have no power. The Father gave it to you. It says, and ye shall hold your peace. See, so we ain't going to have to, nah, man, you did, you Nope. We're going to be smiling because we know the Lord is in control of everything. All right. So these guys are digging a pit that ultimately they themselves are going to fall in. Okay.
That's right. And it reads, verse 1, and it reads, and with a certain orator, which that word means a speaker,
or
advocator,
or like a lawyer,
right?
Because they're going before a court,
right?
But they're going before a court of Rome, So now you gotta come correct.
Right.
You ain't in Jerusalem no more.
Right.
So the Lord pulled Paul from Jerusalem, like he pulled them from the grasp of their authority.
Yeah.
That's why it said, the scepter shall depart when Shiloh come.
Right.
So now you're seeing Jake don't have that authority to kill like they were before. Because how many prophets did they kill? You know, how many men of the Lord? That's why you got the parable of Matthew 22. The servants, they slew them, you know. But this is their lawyer. All right. So they got a lawyer. All right. But that lawyer ain't better than the lawyer of the universe. Who's who? Yahushai, our high priest. See, look, this is Jake's high priest, but we got a high priest. Let me get that in Hebrews 3, man. You know, been thinking about Passover a lot lately. You know, it comes up quick.
It's always coming up.
But within that, you know, your mind is meditating on what Yahushai has done for us, man. Because, you know, in this walk, you know, you'll be put in a position where you see you can't deliver yourself by the law, you know, and you get built up to learn that, but you'll also understand it. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not just like you're saying it. You understand why we need Yahushai. Hebrews 3:1, wherefore, holy brethren, partakers of the heavenly calling, consider the apostle and high priest of our profession, Hamashiach Yahushai. So you have to continue to immerse yourself in the grace that's been given by Yahushai, especially in the times of what? Tribulation, turmoil, persecution, you know, ultimately prophecy, man. You know, if you're not leaning on Yahushai in prophecy in the midst of that, you know, going down, then you're naked.
Yeah.
You know, you don't got that garment, but you got it, brother.
Acts 24 and verse 1, and it reads, and with a certain orator named Tertullus, who informed the governor against Paul, and when he was called forth, Tertullus began to accuse him.
He's a Roman orator. That's what it says right here. Like we said, a lawyer.
Right.
You know, it could have been a wicked Jake. You know, it said his name Tertullus means triple hardened.
Oh,
so he's probably an asshole.
Right. Strict as
hell. And you know, lawyers are like that, bro. If you ever go in the courtroom, the realm of that, yeah, there's some grimy, greasy, and that courtroom is it's a lot of snares and nets.
It's a battle too.
Yeah, if you don't say the right things, they got you.
Yeah, because he's carnal, so it's like you got to say it's like
legitimate.
Yeah, you have to say for face value.
Like then, if you get a name wrong, the case could get dismissed.
Yep.
So this is why it's so important now to lean on Yahushai, man, because you trying to deliver yourself could put you in a worst case scenario.
Real. And it reads, and when he was called forth, Tertullus began to accuse him.
See, he's accusing him. So accusations.
Right.
Esau's going to accuse us. You got Israelites accusing us, calling us rapists, calling us this, calling us that. And that word or that accusation of grape is actually an offense according to Rome, to Babylon. So they're actually accusing us. And then I recently was watching a video. It was when Nate was getting interviewed, and he was saying how Great Millstone is grapist. But he's saying that to the interviewer.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Yep.
And he called us garbage.
Yep.
Right here. I looked it up the other day. Look, I'll show you real quick. Just because, look, Bishop Nate Vogue, that's crazy. Bishop Nathaniel. Yeah, watch though. Watch. I just got to put, what is it again? 150 million. Let me see if it pops up. There it is, right here. Bishop Nathaniel, the $150 businessman, exposed continued slander of GMS. See?
Yeah.
And in this, he said that they're just complete garbage, you know, and that's what it said. We'd be called filth of the earth.
Yep.
You know, look at that. But this is so if you see this today, now imagine that back then, and then the level of look what they did with Yahushai, and then at that, they brought Yahushai to the Romans. So how much more Apostle Paul than how much more us? What is that in John? Where it says you're not greater than your master? Is it
Matthew?
The one in John. It's like 15. The servant's not greater than his Lord.
Oh, John 15.
Yeah.
Got you real quick.
Which one were you thinking?
Matthew
5?
No, actually, yes, John 15.
Yeah. This is
excuse me.
Yeah, John 15. What's that? 18? Let's see.
John 15.
Yes, you could start at you can just get to 20.
Okay.
Yeah, just get right to the point.
John 15. Oh, yes. Yep, no, 20. says, remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord.
So this is why we're expressing what Yahweh Shai went through, because with you knowing the severity, the context, and the narrative, and how even Jake played a part in that, even though it was prophecy, so you don't get like in this, well, that motherfucker, you know what I mean? Like you're not surprised.
Right.
So you got to understand that, man. This is why you got to live, you can't be simple, but live a simple life. Okay. Yeah. Don't have a lot of people around you. Okay. You got agents in the midst. Okay. Yeah. So we're in a very different time. So it's very high level that we're reading Acts and the time that we're in, how Apostle Paul is now dealing with the court accusation all by his peers,
Yeah. Just like how Shai told James, he said, you want to drink that cup? He said, yeah.
Right.
So
the son of Zebedee.
Yeah. Yep. The son of Zebedee.
Mm-hmm.
And it reads, John 15 and verse 20. It says, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you.
Yep.
If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also.
Right. So it says, if they kept my word, they will. So there's certain, look, if they obeyed my teaching, they obey yours. So you got, if you're of Yahweh Shai's sheep, you obeyed Yahweh Shai like you're obeying now. Okay. And if not, it's a sign. Okay. You must not be Yahweh Shai's sheep. So we're good. But the point we want to pull out that is you got to remember that the servant's not greater than the master.
Right.
So you have to spiritually have yourself in a prepared mind of the persecution that can come down the pipe.
Right. Back in Acts.
Yes.
Acts 24 and verse 2. And when he was called forth, Tertullus began to accuse him, saying, seeing then that by thee we enjoy great quietness, and that very worthy deeds are done unto this nation by thy providence. We accept it always in all places, most noble Felix, with all thankfulness.
Yeah, it's just like if you're ever in a courtroom, like I've been in a courtroom a few times, and you'll have the lawyer kind of butter up the judge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so you got to understand, though, at the end of the day, power is given. I got to grab that real quick when Yahweh Shai said that Jesus.
Oh, John 19?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, can we get that? Where you say you have no power?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, brother. Real quick. These are very important precepts, because you know what's been on my spirit lately? Let me know when you grab it. What's been on my spirit lately is the spiritual reminders of these precepts and situations that we have read in the past and reread. We have to reread these now. There are certain situations that we're getting ready to deal with that we already read before.
Yeah.
All right. That's why I said the things written are written for our learning. You got it?
Yes. This is I'm gonna start at verse 9, but the point you want is in the verse 11.
Okay.
This is John 19 and verse 9. And it says, and it went again into the judgment hall.
Oh, but look at that. In Acts 23 and 35, the last sit down, where did Paul go? To the judgment hall.
Yeah.
Okay. So this judgment hall, this is a known Roman culture. All right, look, it says it's a headquarters in the Roman camp, tent of the commander in chief. Oh, like they got something called kangaroo court, where pretty much you can establish your own courtroom. Like they showed you that in Dark Knight, or what was it?
Yeah, Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah. What did he say?
He said it's exile or death.
Yeah, and he said death by exile.
Mm-hmm.
It says the palace in which the governor or procurator of the province resided, to which use the Romans were accustomed to appropriate. The palace already existed, right? Like when they set up, when they occupied Jerusalem in the time of Antiochus IV. They set up citadels. Okay. That's what they call them. But pretty much they're like setting up their own base.
Oh, gotcha.
Like which immediately makes me think of like martial law camps. Use a football field, and then now you could be brought before you could be judged there.
Yeah, they can use anything. Like said, football field, like the movie with Samuel Jackson. What's that movie?
Unthinkable.
Yeah, Unthinkable.
They use a school.
School.
It says the Romans were accustomed to the appropriate. The palaces already existed, so they took over, like the school. They just took it over, and formerly dwelt in by kings or princes. At Jerusalem, it was a magnificent palace which Herod the Great had built for himself, and which the Roman procurators seem to have occupied whenever they came from Caesarea to Jerusalem to transact public business. Okay, so pretty much they set up a place where they would hold official matters. So now they're calling it a judgment hall because judgment is being brought forth.
Right.
You know, and when you get brought to court without the Lord, it is a nervous situation because your mind thinks your fate lies in the hands of your accusers. But that's not the case because we're already deemed innocent. It says, who can lay charge to the Lord's elect? That's why these, in particular, letters that were written before time really help us moving forward instead of just predicating ourselves on the justification by the fulfilling of the law. You know, so here it is. You live by the law, but now you're found guilty according to the laws of the land. You see, so what justified you?
Right.
It's the bloodshed of Yahweh Shai. But not every Israelite is set up to immerse themselves in that blood. So then now they're not baptized.
Right.
You know, back in Acts 24. We just wanted to get that clarification for that word.
I still got John.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, John.
Back in John 19 and verse 9. And went again into the judgment hall and said unto Yahweh Shai, whence art thou? But Yahweh Shai gave him no answer.
Well, ain't that part of your rights? You have the right of to remain silent because the things you say can be used against you in a court of law. Well, isn't that in Matthews? It says the things say you be either justified or condemned.
Yeah. Because
Yahweh Shai knew this had to happen. So he could have spoke on his behalf. I'm speaking hypothetically, but that could have led to him being freed.
Right.
Because remember, even Pilate said, my hands are washed with him.
Yeah.
I don't find guilt with him, you know?
Verse 10, that says Pilate unto him, speakest thou not unto me? Knowest thou not that I have power to crucify thee and have power to release thee?
See?
Yahweh Shai answered, thou couldst have no power at all against me, except that were given thee from above. Therefore, he that delivered me unto thee hath the greater sin.
So right there, Yahweh Shai let it be known that you have no power against me. This was given to you.
Right.
That's why it says the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men.
Right.
You know, so that's why Yahweh Shai said, fear not them that could kill the body. There's a whole nother life after this body that you have to realize, you know, there's going to be in particular, you know, things that will happen for what you've done in this body. Remember, it says, matter of fact, what's that? 2 Corinthians, we all should appear before the seat.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, like how are you afraid of the courtroom of Esau, but you gotta appear before the judgment seat of Yahweh Shai. 2 Corinthians 5:10, for we must all appear before the judgment seat of Hamashiach, that everyone may receive the things done in his body according to that he have done, whether it be good or bad. So you have to understand that, like where you stand right now, spiritually and mentally, is going to follow you when you go before Yahweh B'Shem Shai. You know, so it would behoove you to die manfully. You know, to die for Yahweh B'Shem Shai. Yeah. That's the judgment. Then let it be done. And at the end of the day, the Lord kills and makes life. So just because you're sentenced to death doesn't mean that you'll die.
Right, you're going to come back anyway.
Yep.
What's that? Wisdom Simon 3 says, even though they seem to die, but they're in peace.
Yep.
You know, the Lord can have you be a martyr, but, you know, you won't feel any pain.
And also Isaiah 57, to save you. You perish, but he saved you from the evils to come.
Yeah, that's right.
Keep going.
Okay. In John or verse
no X 24.
Okay, gotcha. Back in Acts 24 and 3. Let's see. It was 3.
Yeah, you finished 3. He was bigging up.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
4.
Yeah.
Acts 24.
And Felix
4.
is an Edomite.
Yeah, that's Edom for sure. Acts 24 and 4. Notwithstanding that I be not further tedious unto thee, I pray thee that thou wouldest hear us of thy clemency of a few words. For we have found this man a pestilent fellow,
jeez,
and a mover of sedition among all the Jews throughout the world.
They said in the NIV, we have found this man to be a troublemaker, stirring up riots among all the Jews. No, first of all, it said that the Jews rose up base men.
Yeah.
So they did that, and now they're accusing Apostle Paul falsely.
Yeah.
Lying. Yeah. Look, he's a ringleader. So he's a camphead, you know?
And it says, and a mover of sedition among all the Jews throughout the world, and a ringleader of the sect of the Nazarenes, who also have gone about to profane the temple.
Why? Because he brought in brothers
Right.
that didn't look like a typical Israelite.
Right.
See how Jake is using the law to accuse you before Esau? So because what they don't agree with according to the Bible, they've now taken it to the hands of the enemy.
Yep.
This is the level of wickedness Jake will go, man.
And Jake is petty.
Yeah. Like the Jake woman.
Yeah.
Call the cops on the man.
Yep.
You know what happens after that.
Look what happened, right?
Yeah.
And it says,
but we're in different times now. You got cops, they blowing away the woman.
Yeah.
I seen it. I said, oh shit, we at the end.
What she said, her last word?
She said, I'm gonna stab him. Oh, you talking about the other one? She said, you better not.
Yeah.
You talking about that one?
Yeah.
See, there's more of them.
Yep.
She said, you better not. And he said, pow, pow, punk ass.
See? Jake woman got a rude awakening coming to you.
I'm telling you, brothers, man, take heed to these accounts. This is very edifying. What are you going to do when you're brought before his official courtroom? A lot of Jakes are not ready to handle the so-called professionalness of the image of Babylon. A lot of Jakes are just YouTube Israelites, man. Okay, you're not built up in the spirit.
Yep.
You're still afraid of the man.
Yep.
You get around some professional setting office and you get all nervous. And now you look through. You're out there with your fringes on and spikes on. What are you doing?
Yep.
There is a whole world that's still operating right now. Okay, you still have a standing government that will have the ability to still commit the penalty up to death upon our people.
For real.
How many Jakes that have been listening and learning are actually ready in the spirit for this? You know, are you ready to stand before Esau and have confidence that Yahushua is protecting you? A lot of you Israelites are playing, man. You know?
Yeah. A lot of Jakes, they just want to be Israelites in captivity
until Esau comes up.
Exactly. They don't want to deal with, Esau.
Right.
And it reads Acts 24:6. It says, who also have gone about to profane the temple when we took and
where was Tertullus at when this happened? Right. You just saying what they told you.
Right.
And these same men that telling you this was the ones that gave Paul the letters to go and wreak havoc on the churches.
Right.
Man.
Jakey's wicked, man.
But this is why we have to accept the let me get that in Deuteronomy, man. Let me get this because this is a short chapter. So we're just pulling out everything that the Ruach HaKodesh has given us, man. Right here. This is what is that? 16. Oh, right here. Right here. There it is. Oh no, I thought they were gonna give me one right here. Deuteronomy 19:15. Let's just start at 16. All right, I start at 15. It says, one witness shall not rise up against a man for any iniquity, or for any sin or for any sin in any sin that he sinneth. Right. How is Apostle Paul sinning?
Right.
Show me where I'm sinning. This is at the mouth of two witnesses. This is why with Yahushua they kept pulling all these people up. And they were bearing falsely, and then they finally said, he said the temple. So you got Jake right now that potentially could be used to accuse us just because we're prophesizing.
Yep. Yeah. Even like the one time we was at camp, and a dude walked by, and we was reading Ecclesiastes 3, and he said, they said it's a time to kill.
Yep. And the cops came up.
Yeah.
But they were at peace with us,
yep.
But they definitely came up. But it was okay for people to throw things at us.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't stopped that. Woman coming up trying to swing on us, spit on us, and you ain't want to arrest her.
Trying to poke us,
It's okay though, because these people are going to get judged.
Yeah, and you got other brothers that deal with that.
And far worse.
Yeah.
And far worse stuff.
Yeah, man.
Jeez. It says, or at the mouth of three witnesses shall the matter be established. So in the law, you have to have 2 or 3 witnesses. This is why in John 8, they were trying to confound Yahushua, and he said, the Father is a witness, and I am a witness. Right. Now what? See? You can't do that. Shut up. If a false witness rise up against any man to testify against him that which is wrong, are they not doing that?
Yeah.
Apostle Paul ain't going off. Then both the men between whom the controversy is shall stand before the Lord, before the priest, and the judges which shall be in those days. But guess what? Since the scepter was taken from them, you couldn't bring them before the priest and the judges.
Right.
See, because you were being occupied by Rome. You talk all this shit, man. All these marching, who's king? Man, motherfucking Caesar is, man. That's who's king.
Right.
But they say, who's king? They said we have no king but Caesar.
Yeah.
Y'all are in Rome, bro. You try to put on all this front and march, and you ain't free. You got permits. You got a 501c3 contract with the man.
Social security number.
You're not sovereign. You make your people go down and get married according to the Roman court system. How are you free? How are you sovereign?
Yeah.
That's what's taken from you. We are in captivity, man.
You got clock in and clock out.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
It says, before the priests and the judges, which shall be in those days, and the judges shall make diligent inquisition, and behold, if the witness be a false witness and has testified falsely against his brother, then shall ye do unto him as he had thought to have done unto his brother, so shall thou put the evil away from among you. And that's why high priest Ananias died by the hands of a Sakari member, because he wanted Apostle Paul to die. And those men made a pact, and because you bared false witness, the Lord came calling not too long later. See?
That's right. Because didn't even he had hit Apostle Paul.
He had him punched.
Yeah.
He had him smoked.
And then Apostle Paul said, you smiting me, the Lord will smite you.
Yep. That's why we keep bringing that history out.
For real.
You know?
The scriptures say, touch not my anointed.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Back in Acts 24 and verse 7. And it reads, but the chief captain Lysias came upon us, and with great violence took him away out of our hands, commanding his accusers to come unto thee by examining of whom they thyself mayst take knowledge of all these things, whereof we accuse him.
See, he's being accusation. So we cannot get mad when we start getting accused of things.
Can't.
We can't. Yahweh Shai was numbered with the transgressors. Let me get that.
Perfect.
See, this is why wisdom is our stability, because look at all these precepts that are coming to our minds that is reminding us of what the narrative would be for a man of the Lord to deal with. Just because they accuse you don't mean you're guilty.
Right.
Real quick, this is Isaiah 53 and 12. This is talking about Yahweh Shai, the suffering servant. It says, therefore will I divide him a portion with the great. That's what we want. We want that divide too, you know, that reward too. Just like Apostle Peter asked, what shall we get? So if you, something that's about to be so great for us, then there's a certain level of chastisement that comes with that. Like if you want a nice body, you got to go through it.
You got to feel that burn.
You want a six pack? Oh, you're not just going to eat burgers and chill and wake up with it.
Right. He's not gonna do 10 sit-ups. Oh, I got a 6-pack.
Yeah, yeah. Remember that back in the day, 3-minute abs.
Yeah.
It says, therefore will I divide him a portion with the great, and he shall divide the spoil with the strong. Reminds me of the prophecy for Benjamin. You know, it says, because he has poured out his soul unto death, and he was numbered with the transgressors. This is why he was there with the malefactors.
Yeah.
And he bare the sins of many and made intercession for the transgressors. See? So he's going to make intercession for us when they bring up transgressions against us.
Right.
So you can't fret. You can't be upset when they accuse you, man.
Yeah, and that's one thing to Yahweh Shai. He's our lawyer.
Right.
He's our mediator.
He's our justifier.
Yeah.
We cannot be having a mindset of wanting these people to look at us like that we're innocent too.
Right.
They're not. They're against us. You know.
Precept.
All right.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 8, and verse 33. And it reads, I'm starting 31.
Well, just get to the point, Baba Kasha.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
33 says, who shall lay anything to the charge of the Most High's elect?
Yeah.
It is the Most High that justifies.
Right. Now we can keep reading, then we'll jump back and go to 31.
Okay.
We'll just keep reading because it's a short chapter.
All right. Back in Acts 24 and verse 9.
Yep.
And the Jews also assented, saying that these things were so.
Yep. That's true. He did. How many times you be having women, Jake women too, lying on Jake men saying they raped her? That's a common thing. That's a common theme, man. Lying. The Israelite man is always getting accused, you know? Yeah. I remember when I was younger, my moms would always side with whoever was accusing me. I'm like, you don't even know this bitch. I'm your son.
And nobody never asked the side of the story. The scriptures say there's two sides to every story.
Thank you. And where's her witness?
Come on, man. I prove these people are not righteous judges.
Thank you.
They're not meant to be judges.
Yep.
verse 10, and it reads, Then Paul, after that, the governor had beckoned unto him to speak.
So now he gets his opportunity. This is why. Now I'm gonna keep your precept Romans 8 because that's a goodie. That whole what he's saying. But I also want to grab this. Look at real quick. I always love looking at the verse of the day, but real quick, this is why Yahweh Shai told us. He said, "Don't take no thought." This is very important. You may know it, but you need to know it again. Let's go to. I'm sorry, Matthew's. Was that 10 and 20? Or am I tripping?
Yeah, Matthew 10.
Yes, thank you. This is Matthew's 10 and 20. Look, see, look, Matthew's 10 and 17. It says, but this is why Yahushua said, I send you forth as sheep, bro. So you don't do something that gets the ministry blame, 2 Corinthians 6, and then now they have a right. They want to accuse you. They want a reason. This is why they send up agent provocateurs. This is why they send people, because they want you to slap them. They want you to hit them. It's like bait car.
Yeah.
They'll send someone to you to get in your car so they can hem you up.
Yep.
You got to walk wisely, man. So then when the deal goes down, you can be confident in that day. You know, it says, but I'm going to start 16 real quick. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpent and harmless as doves. See? And look, 17, but beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues, and ye shall be brought before the governors. Felix.
Tortillus.
Yeah,
right?
He's a lawyer.
Felix.
Yeah.
What's the other dude's name?
But he was a J.
Tortillus?
No. Remember the one?
Lysias.
Lysias. Yeah. He's the one that intervened and sent him out of there because they were trying to, and kings for my sake, because ultimately he goes to Rome, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles, the nations. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak. See, we don't got to worry. The Lord's going to speak for us. For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of the Father which speaketh in you. There you go. Look, and the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. Look at this. Look. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end shall be saved. See? This is why he told us to flee.
Man, Matthew 10. Man, amazing.
Yes.
And this applies today.
Exactly.
Just like it applied to the disciples
back then.
Became apostles back then.
Yeah.
Applies today.
Exactly.
Acts all over again.
If you were
in Rome all over again.
Right.
It makes sense.
Right. If you're not applying these commandments that he's given us, like he's basically breaking down what you're going to go through. So if you're not eating that and preparing and applying that, you're not going to be ready when it hits, when that time comes down, man. Because at any minute, Esau could raid a house, stop a camp, kick a door in,
Yeah.
You thinking you about to eat some lamb and watch some folly on YouTube. No, bro. You don't, the times we in, you don't know if a brother might not check in because they've been hemmed up. And the Spirit's going to have to tell the brothers like, hey, why is brother's YouTube? They took him.
Yeah.
We in different times, man. We in different times, and they know all of us. You know what proves they know us? Because when 9/11 happened, who did they hem up? The apostles. Then they want to come out with then they came out with a Mission Impossible movie
with the dudes titled The Apostles.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Let's get going.
Acts 24 and verse 10. Then Paul, after that, the governor had beckoned unto him to speak, answered, For as much as I know that thou hast been of many years a judge unto this nation, I do the more cheerfully answer for myself, because that thou mayest understand that there are yet but 12 days since I went up to Jerusalem for the worship. And they neither found me, this is what Yahushua said too. And they neither found me in the temple, disputing with any man, neither raising up the people, neither in the synagogues nor in the city. So when I said that, I was referring to when Yahushua said, but I was speaking publicly.
You're right.
Why didn't you wasn't saying this to me when I was speaking openly,
daily,
teaching in the synagogue, right? Daily,
right.
13. Neither can they prove the things whereof they now accuse me. But this I confess unto thee, that after the way which they call heresy, so worship I the Most High of my fathers, believing all things which are written in the law and in the prophets.
That's the key. If you are just out here and you're just pushing the law, but you're not also applying the prophecies that the prophets were given, then you have missed the mark. You don't understand fully the narrative of what's going on. This is why he said, and in the prophets, because with those writings that were written down, that gave you a greater understanding for what was to come, or why this was changing, or why this has happened. You know, the mere fact of the temple, like you can't go in the law to see why the temple got destroyed.
Right.
But you see that in Daniel.
Right.
That's why Yahweh Shai said, he that has understanding.
Right.
So if you're not going into these in particular prophecies, then you don't know what's coming, and you're not going to be prepared for it. And they're going to catch you with your fringes down.
That's right. Acts 24:15. And have hope toward the Most High, which they themselves also allow, that there should be a resurrection of the dead, both of the just and unjust.
Right. Because all Israel's going to be in the kingdom. You know, the scriptures tell you that all Israel will be saved.
Yeah.
But you got a prophecy that says the small remnant.
Right.
Then you have a prophecy that says 2/3. Then you have a 1/3. So if you don't have those prophecies, you're going to be out here yelling at our people, telling everybody to put fringes on, because that's how we're going to get to the kingdom. They don't say that in the prophets.
Right.
What prophecy says that if all my people wear fringes, I'll deliver them? Now, there is a prayer that Solomon said, if all my people would face the, but they're not going to do that.
Right, right.
Because not all our people even know that they're the people.
Right.
So it's an impossible task. What about the Jakes that have been set up to be born in vain?
Yeah. You got Jakes, you know, and other cultures that don't know that they're Israelites.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
I'm sorry, is that what you just said?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I was referring more like, I was thinking like celebrities.
Oh, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You think Dwayne Wade gonna face the East with his son daughter?
Right. Right, man. Hell no.
That nigga's still mad at Kobe.
Oh, man. Acts 24 and verse 16. And herein do I exercise myself to have always a conscience void of offense toward the Most High and toward men.
So Apostle Paul, like I have a conscience, man. I'm not trying to offend you, but we should listen to the Most High rather than men, like Apostle Peter said. You know, so there's times where you're gonna have friction between you and your people, because they don't want to hear in particular things. They want smooth things.
Yeah.
Hey man, we gotta warn that we gotta get your blood off our hands. This thing is serious. This thing ain't about pleasing Israel or being a people pleaser. Like I believe IUIC said, or they stay in their lane. We stay in your lane. This is why that mindset led to everything happening. Even though the creature's subject to vanity in its prophecy, but you notice there's certain building blocks that bring these things to pass.
Right.
And one of them is you having that mindset. You can't have that mindset moving forward. If you off, you off. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. You know, there's times you have a sister, she maybe like, be quiet. You're doing too much. See, we're here to establish order. The Lord's watching. Yahweh Shemel Shai is watching all of us. So act right, and think right too. And if you can't, think harder.
Right. Verse 17. Now, after many years, I came to bring alms to my nation and offerings, whereupon certain Jews from Asia found me purified in the temple, neither with the multitude nor with the tumult.
Right. I wasn't rioting. Yeah. I was in the temple. I'm praying. I'm living by my law.
Yeah. Because the scriptures say, be if possible at peace with all men.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Which Apostle Paul wrote that.
Live a simple life.
Yeah.
Let me get that in Philippians. Live a blameless life.
Yeah, yep. Mm-hmm.
Let me grab that real quick.
Yep. Precept.
Philippians 2.
I got you. I'm gonna look it up for you too as well.
Right here, Philippians 2:14. It says, do all things without murmurings and disputings, that ye may be blameless and harmless, the sons of Yahweh, without rebuke, in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation, among whom ye shine as lights in the world. See?
That's amazing, because it said be harmless as a dove.
Exactly. You know? And that's what Apostle Paul's conveying to the courtroom. Like they're accusing me of this and accuse me of that. And then another thing, Apostle Paul's representing himself.
Yeah.
You know?
That's right.
But ultimately, Yahweh Shai is representing it.
That's right.
That's why I said, take no thought which ye shall speak.
That's right. And it reads, verse 19, who ought to have been here before thee, an object if they had aught against me.
Right. Why didn't they come to me then? You know, we've had you calling us all these names, but you drove by camp and act like nothing.
Yep.
You know, you had an incident where it was years ago or whatever, but like Alzar, he was trying to get on the apostles or this, and then he came in front of them and he ain't going in there and he agreed with them.
Mm-hmm.
See? So man, Jake ain't shit, man.
Two-Face.
That's why I stay away from Jake, man. I see fringes on you, I walk away.
Yeah. I
walk clean away. I find the closest white woman I can and hold hands.
Oh man, that's right. It says, verse 20, or else let these same here say, if they have found any evil doing in me while I stood before the council, except it be for this one voice, that I cried standing among them, touching the resurrection of the dead, I am called in question by you this day.
Over doctrine? He said, not the game, but practice. This the doctrine? That's niggas for you, man. You know, you do all this thing and they want to fucking nitpick on something.
Yep.
You know, straying at gnats. Y'all ain't really about the law, man. And you're not about justice either.
Yeah.
That's what we're seeing. If this was really for sincerity, it could be handled quickly. But why you got to bring him before Esau? Why are you plotting to murder him? Just like now, man. That's why 2/3 are alive and live in color right now, man.
Oh, yeah.
You got 2/3 wearing fringes. You got 2/3 telling you keep the law. You got 2/3 marching on the street. You got 2/3 getting fucking praise right now by ill-informed Israelites that lack the spirit or wasn't given the spirit.
Yep.
Watch.
Got that breath.
What they say, the greatest among them shall fall.
Right.
Watch. You guys wanted to puff yourself up, put yourself on this level. And it's like the Lord said, he raised Pharaoh up just to fall. So the Lord, well, we're the bum camp, we're this, we're the Lord, he put his name on us so that when it goes down, this small sanctuary is going to be shown that they prevail. How they do it? All them IUIC, they couldn't do it. What happened? What? How them? Because they had the name.
That's right. That's right. Act 24 and verse 21. Except it be for this one voice that I cried standing among them. Oh, I'm sorry, I already got that one.
Yep.
22, excuse me. And when Felix heard these things, having more perfect knowledge of that way.
Oh, so he heard both matters. See?
He deferred them and said, when Lysias, the chief captain, shall come down, I will know the uttermost of your matters.
So now the Jews said what they had to say. Apostle Paul said what he had to say. Mm-hmm. And now Felix like, well, now I'm going to need the chief captain to come down and he got to tell me what's happening. Guess what that means? Paul got to stay locked up now. And now y'all can't touch him. Now you can't touch him. See that? That's why it says in Romans 13, obey the powers that be. They're not a terror under good works.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. And it reads, verse 23, and he commanded a centurion to keep Paul, see, and to let him have liberty, and that he should forbid none of his acquaintance to minister or come unto him.
So it's like house arrest.
And after certain days, when Felix came with his wife Drusilla, which was a Jewess.
So you got an Edomite popping a Jake woman. What's new?
Right.
You got a fucking Edomite popping another Jake woman. What's new?
Bad wench.
You know?
You're not new under the sun.
You got all these fucking rod police. And stop worrying about what we're doing with our own fucking rod, man. You using the law, but you ain't getting on the Jake woman.
All right.
Why don't y'all just fucking get on the Jake woman constantly? You other camps are get on the Jake woman. Right. Get on Eve. Go fucking march around Eve's house. You know?
For real, man.
Always fucking telling us this. I don't hear y'all getting really on what's important, what really needs to be addressed.
For real.
You don't even talk, they don't even go on about the elect either, man.
Never.
You got Felix over here, his fucking Edomite, and he popping Drusilla, who's a Jake woman. But everybody's okay with that. Hypocrites, man. That's why I'm so glad that YouTube is here, because it keeps us away from y'all.
Yes, it does.
You know?
Right.
I won't fucking want to be around y'all, man. You guys are playing, you're bullshitting. You got the nerve to accuse us. You don't even fucking prophesize. You got stupid ass debates. You sit there in your corny ass chairs and do all these stupid podcasts. That's why the Lord needs to take the lights out.
That's right.
You'll have useless equipment.
That's right. That's right. Acts 24 and 24. And after certain days, when Felix came with his wife Drusilla, which was a Jewess, he sent for Paul and heard him concerning the faith in Yahushua Mashiach.
Oh, when Paul walked out, he meat mugged her ass.
Right. And as he reasoned of...
Oh, well, she might have been a Edomite. It says the daughter of Agrippa.
Oh.
Yeah, look, it says the most what is this? Listius? Let me see this.
Licentius?
Yeah, she might have been
it said a member of the Herodian family,
which were Edomites practicing our customs. So she's an Edomite. Promiscuous. She was a hoe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's a hoe.
Yeah.
She's a hoe. What's new though?
Right.
Majority of women are hoes. What's new?
Watered by the dude. She's getting watered. Right.
Yeah. What's new?
Oh man. Act 25 and 24 and 25. And
so she was a tear.
Yeah.
Which there's a lot of tears that are nigga women's, bro.
Yeah.
You know how many tears that are Jake women that look like Jake women? There's mad tears amongst us, man.
Yep. And that verse 25. And as he reasoned of righteousness, temperance, and judgment to come, Felix trembled and answered, Go thy way for this time. When I have a convenient season, I will call for thee.
And that's literally like today's courtroom. If you have court and you're in jail, like say you're in the county, they'll literally postpone your court for like a month. And then if you can't make bail, you got to sit there the whole time.
Oh, man.
And then you go back, wait, and you're going to get to talk. The lawyer ain't doing nothing. Yeah, this whole court system is wicked as hell here in America, man. This shit is evil. And we're seeing it right here. It's wrong.
They'll just let you rock.
Yep.
Man.
Because they want money.
Verse 26. He hoped also, he hoped also that money should have been given him of Paul. Come on. That he might lose him.
What do you say? Gold and silver I have none.
Yep.
All I got is the name.
Yes, right. That he might lose him. Wherefore he sent for him the oftener and communed with him. But after 2 years, Porcius Festus came unto Felix's room, and Felix, willing to shew the Jews a pleasure, left Paul bound. Wicked niggas, and Esau wicked too.
Yeah, it's a match made in hell. And that's what we're dealing with. And that's why it says, be thou faithful in death when they cast you into prison. You know? So hey man, that's chapter 24. You know, so we're just going through. So next week we'll be hitting 25, and then we got about 3 chapters left, and that'll be the entirety of the book of Acts broken down correctly through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai by Shem Kwadash. And you know, these are edifying because it's also a commentary as well. Mm-hmm. It gives backstory, clarity, understanding, and ultimately the narrative that we're dealing with too. You know, so Adon Ratazah, you brothers and you few sincere sisters was edified through the spirit as we were. And we just want to say, call halal, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakwadash, and double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do well. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect. With that being said, Shalom.